The 1970s gave us some of the most beloved rock anthems in history. Songs that defined a generation, filled stadiums, and still get radio play today. But what if I told you that some of your favorite tracks from that decade were hiding secrets in plain sight? Disturbing stories and hidden meanings that change everything you thought you knew. Today, we're counting down 13 songs from the 70s that sound innocent enough until you dig deeper. And stick around for the bonus. It's one of the most famous sing-along songs of all time.
And they sent me away, teach me how to be sensible.
But once you learn who it was written for, you may never hear it the same way again. Let's dive in. Number 1. Think of the most wholesome-looking band of the early 70s. 4 guys who could have been mistaken for a Beatles tribute act, complete with matching outfits and pristine harmonies. Their biggest hit had that bright, infectious pop rock sound that made it a radio staple. Go All the Way, the Raspberries, 1972. That candy-coated melody? The band that looked like they stepped out of a teen magazine? Their biggest hit was actually about losing virginity, wrapped in the most wholesome packaging imaginable. Eric Carmen's soaring vocals and those pristine harmonies masked lyrics that were surprisingly explicit for 1972. The song hit number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, with most listeners and radio programmers completely missing the sexual undertones hidden beneath that candy-coated melody. Number 2. Before the band became synonymous with relationship drama and cocaine-fueled recording sessions, they had a mystical songwriter who penned haunting ballads that sounded like love songs. This particular track features ethereal vocals floating over hypnotic guitar work. Rhiannon, Fleetwood Mac, 1975. Most fans assumed Rhiannon was just another romantic muse in Stevie Nicks' catalog. The truth? Nicks based the song on a Welsh witch from ancient mythology, a supernatural being who possessed men and drove them to madness. The ethereal vocals and hypnotic guitar work suddenly take on a much darker meaning when you realize you're listening to a song about supernatural seduction and psychological manipulation. Number 3. The chorus is sunshine. The story is horrifying. A sing-along from a brand new band about what trapped miners might do to survive. Timothy, the Buoys, 1971. Produced and co-written by Rupert Holmes, Timothy sounded like bubblegum pop until you pay attention. 3 miners are trapped, only 2 come back. The lyric never says the word, but the implication is cannibalism. Some stations pulled it. Curiosity made it a US Top 20 hit. The candy coating makes the subject matter even creepier. Number 4. The progressive rock band from London wrapped this one in warm keys and radio-friendly glide, so it plays like a breezy farewell. Goodbye Stranger, Supertramp, 1979. Rick Davies' distinctive vocal sells an easy smile, but the lyric is colder underneath. The narrator is a rolling stone. Goodbye, Mary. Goodbye, Jane. keeping people at arm's length and moving on before anything gets real. Some listeners say he makes using people sound beautiful, while supporters argue it's more about dodging commitment than outright exploitation. Is it less about heartbreak than policy? Either way, the message is stay unattached, keep traveling, and leave before you're tied down. Number 5. The raspy-voiced British rocker known for his wild hair and wilder lifestyle created what sounds like the ultimate seduction song. Smooth, romantic, reassuring. It topped the charts for 8 weeks. Tonight's the night, gonna be alright. Rod Stewart, 1976.
Tonight's the night.
Listen closer to the lyrics and you'll hear something much more uncomfortable. The song is about pressuring a virgin into having sex, with Stewart's narrator using every manipulative line in the book.
Next, telephone line. Relax.
Don't say a word, my virgin child, isn't romantic, it's coercive. What sounds like romance is actually manipulation, making one of the decade's most popular love songs deeply problematic.
Let me pour you a good long drink.
Number 6. The former Sweeney Todd frontman created a glam rock anthem with a driving beat that made it irresistible to radio. That attitude helped it reach number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, with most listeners hearing it as just another rock anthem about urban nightlife. Hot Child in the City, Nick Gilder, 1978.
Hot child in the city.
The reality is far darker. Gilder was singing about underage prostitution. The hot child of the title is a teenage runaway selling their body on city streets.
So young to be loose and on her own.
The song's success is particularly unsettling when you realize millions of people were dancing to a track about child exploitation.
Come on down to my place, woman.
Number 7. Picture New York's punk scene at its grittiest. CBGB's, The Bowery, danger lurking around every corner. The band that bridged punk and pop, fronted by a platinum blonde who became an icon, created their most aggressive track with driving energy and fierce determination. One Way or Another, Blondie, 1978. That relentless beat and Debbie Harry's fierce vocals sounded like pure rock attitude. A woman taking charge and going after what she wants. But Harry wasn't singing about romantic pursuit or career ambition. She wrote One Way or Another about a real stalker who had been harassing her.
Yeah, the lights are all down. I'll sleep.
The menacing lyrics weren't fantasy. They were Harry turning the tables on someone who had been terrorizing her, turning his own threatening language back on him. What sounds like empowerment was actually born from genuine fear and frustration with a dangerous situation that police couldn't resolve. Number 8. The Irish band, led by a future humanitarian, created one of the catchiest songs of 1979. That memorable piano riff and sing-along chorus made it sound almost playful, like a complaint about the work week. I Don't Like Mondays, The Boomtown Rats, 1979. The inspiration was anything but lighthearted. Bob Geldof wrote it after reading about Brenda Ann Spencer, a 16-year-old, who opened fire on an elementary school in San Diego, killing 2 adults and wounding 8 children. When asked why she did it, Spencer replied, I don't like Mondays.
Feel so shocked by this world is rock and the thoughts turn to their.
The song's upbeat melody makes its subject matter even more chilling.
I don't like Mondays, I wanna shoot.
Number 9. The progressive rock legends known for their conceptual masterpieces included this deceptively gentle ballad on The Wall. Roger Waters' soft vocals and minimal instrumentation create an intimate atmosphere that sounds like a tender conversation between mother and child. Mother, Pink Floyd, 1979.
Mama wish you carried little boy apart.
The song is actually about psychological manipulation and overprotective parenting that borders on abuse.
Don't you cry.
The mother in the song isn't nurturing, she's controlling, using fear to keep her child dependent and isolated. It's a masterpiece of musical irony, using lullaby-like melodies to explore emotional damage.
Gonna check out all your girlfriends for you. Mama won't.
Number 10. The same progressive rock band that gave us Goodbye Stranger created another deceptively upbeat hit. That memorable saxophone hook and bouncy rhythm made it a radio favorite, with Roger Hodgson's clear vocals making it sound almost celebratory. The Logical Song, Supertramp, 1979.
Then they send me away, teach me how to be sensible.
The lyrics tell a devastating story about losing individuality and creativity through education and socialization.
When I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful.
It's about how society systematically destroys the natural wonder and curiosity of childhood, replacing it with conformity and logical thinking. The song is essentially a lament for lost innocence disguised as pop perfection.
Please tell me what's love.
Number 11. The British invasion veterans, led by their theatrical frontman, crafted what sounded like a cheeky story about a night out in London's Soho district. The music hall piano, sing-along rhythm, and Ray Davies' wry delivery gave it a playful, almost tongue-in-cheek feel. Lola, The Kinks, 1970. Beneath that lighthearted surface, though, was something groundbreaking. Lola was one of the first mainstream rock songs to explore gender identity.
Up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name and in a dark brown voice she said look.
Telling the story of a man who falls for someone who walked like a woman and talked like a man. Davies approached the subject with warmth and humor rather than judgment, a quietly radical move in 1970. What sounded like a pub sing-along was actually a bold message of acceptance hidden in plain sight, and its fearless honesty still ruffles feathers today.
Well, look to the right, almost up for the road.
Number 12. The Canadian singer-songwriter took a French song and transformed it into a worldwide hit. This melancholy ballad topped charts globally, with its gentle acoustic guitar and emotional vocals creating what sounds like a nostalgic farewell to childhood friends. Seasons in the Sun, Terry Jacks, 1974.
But the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time.
Most listeners heard it as bittersweet, but ultimately uplifting. The song is actually about a dying man saying goodbye to his loved ones.
Think of me and I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun.
Adapted from Jacques Brel's much darker French original, Le Moribond. The original version was far more explicit about death and included themes of adultery and betrayal that Jack sanitized for English-speaking audiences.
Flowers everywhere. I wish that we
Number 13. The band behind Rhiannon was unraveling by 1977. Relationships collapsing and tensions running high. Out of that chaos came what sounded like an empowering breakup anthem about independence and moving on. Go Your Own Way, Fleetwood Mac, 1977. The truth, though, was far messier. Lindsey Buckingham wrote the song to humiliate his ex, Stevie Nicks, and then made her sing backing vocals on it every night of the tour. The line, "Packing up, shacking up is all you want to do," enraged her.
everything turned around. Packing up.
Go Your Own Way wasn't encouragement, it was a bitter dismissal. Each performance forced Nicks to relive the breakup in front of thousands, turning one of rock's most beloved anthems into an act of public revenge.
You can go your own way. Go your own way.
Bonus! It's not technically a 70s release, but it owned the decade. Jukeboxes, stadiums, wedding floors. Everyone still belts the ba ba ba. Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond, 1969.
Sweet Caroline.
It feels like pure joy. The wrinkle is the origin. Over the years, Neil Diamond has given two versions. He said a childhood magazine photo of Caroline Kennedy sparked the idea. She was 11 in the image.
We fill it up with only two.
And he's also said it was really about his then wife, Marcia. But Caroline fit the rhythm better. If you buy the Kennedy story, lines like touching hands, reaching out can feel a little eerie. If you buy the Marcia story, it's classic pop romance with a name swap. I'll let you decide who Sweet Caroline was really written for.
Touching warm, reaching out.
The 70s may have sounded carefree, but behind the melodies, there was always a little madness, mystery, and meaning waiting to be uncovered. Which song do you think hides a story like these? Drop it in the comments. Your pick might show up in part 2.